Welcome back to WRPL. It's the podcast where we talk about all the things we are watching, reading, playing, and listening to. My name is Ben.
And I'm Steve.
And once again, I think for pretty much every episode this year, maybe not one of them, we got Nick with us again.
Yeah, but 2 weeks ago I didn't say anything.
So. That's true, but I'm still going to count it. We announced that you were here.
Fair enough.
All right, well, our main topic today is Cold Storage, the Liam Neeson, Joe Keery movie, of all things. It was a very, very heavy weekend of releases, but, Steve could only do so much. Unlike me, who did it all. So let's start with a roll.
18. 17.
Any guesses for?
I'm going to go...
Somehow, nothing. You get a blank.
It's going to balance on the edge. I'll say a 7 is the highest I'll go.
I'm going to go with 11.
Okay.
8.
This is... Okay, whatever. Fuck this episode. All right, I'm going home. I don't give a shit. All right, news. Big death. Surprising death. James Vanderbeek dies.
I wouldn't say it's surprising. I'm pretty sure it was...
He did have cancer.
It was in the works for a while.
Yeah, 83. That sucks. So, there's just things that...
What's 83?
Not 48. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a really good-looking 83.
Damn, I was like, good for him.
Wow, okay.
He was 46 on Dawson's Creek.
They always cast older for those high school shows, but I never was a Dawson's Creek guy.
I don't think I've ever seen a single episode.
But like Rules of Attraction, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, he's just like in things that I do like, and always liked him. But
sure.
R.I.P. That's sad. Only one trailer I want to talk about. Is there another one that you wanted to talk about?
I assume it's the same trailer.
Yeah. Spider Noir.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Looks cool. Like, I'm really interested in this. I don't know if it'll be good, but I'm interested.
Yeah, I am not a Nick Cage defender by any means. I liked him as the voice of Spider-Man Noir, and it's an interesting choice to, bring him in for this, considering just, how old he is.
Oldest Spider-Man on screen now.
But, I guess if you're going for, an old-timey, old grizzled detective, it works in that regard. It just seems weird to have Nicolas Cage doing acrobatics. Yeah. I know it's not him, but to sell that image is odd. You're gonna watch it black and white, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm torn because I think the color version looks really interesting as well. It doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look like they just shot it with whatever and then they for the black and white and we'll just give you the option. It feels like there was some thought put into it as well. So I don't know. Maybe I'll flip-flop or I'll wait until what everybody else says and I'll just go along with the crowd.
Fair enough.
It
just kind of feels like you should watch it in black and white.
Yeah.
That's how I think I will watch it. Not that I begrudge anyone who just I only like things in color.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man is traditionally a very colorful character, and his world is. So it makes sense if you want to go that route. But maybe do something different.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't get a lot of black and white stuff.
That's true. I'll probably go back and forth because I did watch Werewolf by Night in black and white.
As did I.
Yeah, but that had pops of color, didn't it?
Maybe one scene,
some blood or
red eyes or something.
Yeah, a jewel or something. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah. But there was also some video game things you wanted to.
Basically, the PlayStation State of Play, their yearly here's what's coming out at some point for PlayStation, all their big announcements. Not a whole lot that I necessarily cared about, or it's just too early to tell if that'll be a thing I'll be excited about down the line. Because it's always here's some test gameplay footage. It's yeah, but is that the final product?
Yeah.
So things I just wanted to bring up. I was never a Resident Evil guy until they did the remakes of 2, 3, and 4. I really loved all 3 of those games. So a new Resident Evil game.
But it's first person in this one, right? Isn't this one?
I don't think so.
Really? Oh, I thought it was.
I don't believe so. I could be wrong. If it is, yeah. If it is first person, I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
So
I hate both.
There are first person games that I've played, and it's okay, this is fine. But High on Life, I love that game. But
Resident
It's
Evil
not
should be
my
a third
idea.
person
Yeah,
game.
yeah. And then 2 God of War announcements. A new God of
Hmm.
War, Sons of Sparta, where you're not playing as Kratos.
No, I think aren't you Kratos before he's the God of War? He's like human Kratos,
Oh, is it? Maybe. Anyway,
but it's a side
but it's
scroller.
a side scroller like old school Castlevania, which I think
Yeah.
like looks kind of fun, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't drop like $60 on it.
No, and all those like Castlevania s games, like they piss me off because they're too big. I don't want to backtrack a million times just to like get through a thing. Like they're so incredibly difficult that like I like the side scrolling 2D aspect of it, but not the backtracking shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be like a rogue like a Silk Song game
Yeah,
where like it's super hard. Like, don't give me that.
Hollow Knight
But
was
it's
like fun, and then it's like, oh no, you got to go all the way back this other way to get this key to go up, and like that's not fun, and especially being incredibly hard at the same time. Like I'm not having
yeah,
fun.
and
Mm.
I mean, God of War games has never been particularly like difficult, so I would hope that
No,
they would keep with that tradition because like we're going for like big story and fun action, and it looks pretty fun. Although it's not what I would expect them to make,
yeah.
but they made a God of War mobile game that I think is technically canon.
That's
So
what I thought this was. I thought this was a mobile game. I mean, not really. I didn't really think that big, but when I saw screen, like,
oh, okay,
I was
yeah,
like,
Like
yeah.
if
this
they're gonna
looks,
do it, why would
yeah.
this be a
But I
console
thought it was
game?
out already. I thought that one
Yeah,
came
it's
out.
out now.
Yeah, I think it's
It was
out.
like
Is it?
it was
Yeah,
day and date release. Like they
Oh
announced
shit.
it and it was available.
yeah.
Okay, man. Well, you see, I only caught the highlights. I didn't really watch the show. But then also God of War 1, 2, and 3 remake,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which, I would happily pick that up because I never played 1 or 2. I did do the PlayStation 4 remaster of 3, but I got the story from 1 and
Yeah.
2, so whatever. But I really enjoyed 3 a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd happily check out 1 and 2.
I don't. What are they gonna do to three?
Probably not much, but uh, like I said, I've never played 1 and 2. As far as I know, 1 and 2 are
Those
not
can.
available on PS4 or
Mm-hmm.
5,
Yeah,
which is what I currently have.
yeah,
I'm only excited because I've never played them. If I
And,
had played them before, I probably wouldn't care. Um,
and is it just going to be a graphics upgrade? Are they going to try to redo the combat because the combat from those are very different from like Ragnarok?
yeah, I wonder if there'd be like a slight reimagining. I feel like they probably like hold on to the like how those games sort of played, but obviously like upgrade the graphics, but maybe just like change
but
some
like,
game mechanics here and there. Like,
I don't want them to change shit. It was great. You collected orbs and then you used those orbs to make a weapon stronger. That's it. No skill trees, nothing. It was so simple.
yeah, I mean, I think typically when it comes to like remaking games,
it's like quality of life improvements, kind of.
it's either like minimal stuff. It's like that doesn't really track anymore, or it's like, well, we're making the same exact game because like that's what they love and that's what
Mm-hmm.
they'll want to play.
Or
Unless you're trying to capture like a new audience, because like the new Resident Evil games that I just mentioned, like
mm-hmm.
I imagine they are vastly different than the PlayStation 2
They cut
versions.
out a lot of like
Um,
bullshit and streamlined them and
yeah,
fixed the cameras. And, yeah.
so like that kind of stuff. Like if that's where you're going with these games, as long as there's like a reason for it and it makes it better, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Because I have no like stake in games I haven't really played, but I really enjoyed 3. I imagine it's very similar to 1 and 2, so I'll happily play them when that comes out.
Yeah.
So God of War and Resident Evil franchises, woohoo!
Yeah.
And if there was like some indie thing that looks cool, I don't remember it. We'll see when it comes out.
Yeah. Nick, anything from State of Play that you want to recommend?
I mean, I already talked to you about
Sure.
last night, but I mean, it's no surprise that 007 looks amazing still. But we did get a lot more gameplay, and it is gameplay. So
Mhm.
I mean, it's not you're not watching cutscenes. I think getting to play as like a younger even than and more green in the gills, kind of even than Daniel Craig's.
Yeah.
Like it's real
Well,
young.
Daniel Craig looks like an old man.
Oh yeah, he's born wrinkly, kind of.
Yeah, this 007, like, he's got a scar on his face. He looks more like street urchin taken off, you got no family, so we can use you as a special agent than the suave, cool guy.
There's a lot of gameplay too where like he's not in a suit,
Mhm.
It's almost like that the Casino Royale opening and gave me that kind
It,
of
it felt
vibes.
more like a Bourne thing than
Yeah,
a Bond thing.
and he kind of gives me like the guy who played Rob Stark,
Yeah.
like I almost
Richard
like
Madden.
yeah Richard Madden. He almost gives me like a him vibe kind of.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that game. I'm super bummed that they moved it to May because if they hadn't, it'd be out soon-ish. March I think was initially.
Mm.
And the only other thing that I saw, because I mean, agreed with what he said too, was that game I told you about, the Kina,
Hmm.
the sequel to that, looks awesome. Enough that I'm gonna play the first one now because it just looks awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I also forgot about a new Control game,
Mm.
Oh yeah,
which
yeah,
like
yeah.
I didn't necessarily care all that much about Control itself, but I dug like its vibe.
Hmm.
But I had no fucking clue what was going on,
Yeah.
and that kind of annoyed me. But after playing Alan Wake 2, which I fucking loved,
Hmm.
I'm kind of excited for Control too.
It looks fun, but
Yeah.
it just depends on how much how similar it is to the other one. Because like having psychic powers and fighting weird monsters and everything, it just seemed right up my alley. But I didn't have fun playing that game. Everything felt like a chore to me, and like all the lore of all the crazy stuff is cool. I'm like, I'm not reading memos all day
Yeah,
long,
yeah.
and so I got to a point where I didn't know where I was going, and I was backtracking and doing all these things. Like, no, I'm over it. And
Oh, so you never even finished it?
no,
Oh,
I
okay.
gave up.
Yeah, I think part of my problem is I didn't realize it was like part of like a bigger thing, and it's
Yeah,
like revealing stuff. I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
yeah.
what is going on here? What is this? Like, why is any of this stuff happening? It's cool looking,
Hmm.
and some of the like gameplay is pretty fun.
Mm.
Especially like the one where you're like jumping around this like warping room and
Mm.
like going over here and shooting all these guys, like super fun.
Good
Uh,
particles of things like papers blown in the air and everything, but I had to crank the difficulty way down because I was just getting my ass handed
mm,
in every single room.
well, I'll let you know how Control
Cool.
Resonant I think
Resident Evil.
is
Yeah.
once I beat it.
Cool. All right. Well, Steve, you won.
All right. Uh, so I'll start off with I watched The Muppets per Nick's recommendation.
Okay.
Uh, it was fine.
Hmm.
I enjoy The Muppets. I like their charm and how like yeah, it's for like kids, but it's really like not so for kids that adults can't enjoy it. The best joke is like the projectiles joke. 100%. That's the best joke in that episode. Uh, but it does. It's classic Muppets, like musical numbers, celebrity cameos. It felt. I know it's supposed to be like an episode of TV, but it still felt really short.
Mm.
Mm.
Um,
35 minutes, I think it was.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, if you like the Muppets, it's perfectly
Or
unoffensive and
or just
charming.
Sabrina, if you just like
Or
Sabrina, honestly.
yeah, she does a cover of her own song, I
Mm.
guess. Yeah, Kermit does sound a little off,
Just
but
deep, like kind of deep.
I I think I read that the guy that they got to do it, they actually like changed his voice with like pitch modifications. So it's not like
Okay.
he's doing Kermit's voice; he's doing a Kermit voice with like
Okay.
enhancements.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that's what I read.
Hmm. And they do
Which is
that
a
like
weird
on
choice.
South Park, and it'd be like from season to season, you're like, oh, Cartman sounds a little weird, and it's just them fucking with it, and like because they don't do those voices, they have to change it in a computer to get to the pitch that
Right.
they're at. And it's like, well, is this the same guy that worked on it last season? Because people sound just a little off. Then you get used to it, and it's fine. And then down the road, you'll get another season, and it's
Mhm.
like, nope, that one's weird too.
I don't think you talked about it when you were here last time, but the Rats doing the weekend cover.
Oh yeah, yeah.
uh, you know, I actually kind of like that sequence. I like the Rats group. I think
Mm.
they're all
they're-
fun.
they're good.
Was it Rizzo? Like,
Rizzo
leading?
was the lead singer, but they were just like from a production value side, like or production design in general. Like that whole sequence is really
That was
cool.
yeah.
Like they put money into this 35-minute special, or it seems like there should be more of these coming out, but
Yeah.
from what I can tell, there's like no evidence of it happening. I don't know,
I couldn't
but
find anything.
yeah.
I hope they do more because I think
Yeah, me
it's
too.
like throwback whimsy kind of, and
Yeah.
I miss that kind of stuff.
But anyway, the Muppets. There you go.
The Muppets. All right. Well, Nick, you got second. So what do you got?
I only have two things other than your main topic,
Okay.
and I can only join you on like two movies I think that we both saw. But I'll just do both of these real quick. I listened to the Wuthering Heights album.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a new Charlie XCX album. So
Hmm.
uh,
Two Charlie things in 2 weeks.
yeah, that's
Obsessed.
what I was saying last week because like it's funny that she has that movie The Moment all about keeping the moment going. It's like your moment is still going. Like you're doing a lot right now. But yeah, it's a good album. More stuff from her. I like all the. It's a really like real deep, dark synth work and some really cool orchestral stuff. And It's only 12 tracks, and I only started listening to it today, so I
Mm-hmm.
can say I've saved like 5 to my playlist so far that I like a lot, and
Okay.
it's good stuff. It's a very good ambiance, and I already want to see that movie. I just didn't get to it yet. But listening to this, I'm like, "Ugh, I could have went tonight. Honestly, I was like, I kind of want to watch this movie now. But yeah, good stuff. And I forget the outlet, the news outlet, musical review outlet that I saw, but some respectable one gave it like a perfect score.
No.
Which music, it's not often music gets a perfect score from
Mm-hmm.
any outlet. So cool. And then I watched one movie when I should have watched the movie with you guys last night. I ended up going home, but I kind of am glad I did this because it was Valentine's Day, and I watched a movie that I wanted to watch for a really long time, called In the Mood for Love.
Hmm.
It's a Wong Kar-wai movie. He
Oh
did,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, Chungking Express, Fallen Angels. I mean, like the list goes on. This dude's got tons of stuff. But I never watched this movie, and it's great.
Okay.
I really loved it. Um, they it's basically just an apartment that these two couples move into, and there's other people in the building and stuff, but their significant others kind of go off, and you never really see them a lot, and then you find out, or they find out, that their significant others are having an affair together.
No.
um so then they start kind of forcing themselves to hang out almost out of loneliness, and almost like they feel like how did this happen? I want to see if this happens with us, kind of thing. And it's just like a bunch of longing. Like they
Mm.
never kiss. The most you get is like some hand touching and stuff. But I think it's very real as far as like how adult. I've said this before in the past, like real adult relationships being represented in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot about it. It's short. It does not have a happy ending, but it has a realistic ending. There's stuff in it that made me kind of think about my life a little bit in different ways and relationships that I've had, and it's well acted. It's obviously beautifully shot. It's great. It's highly regarded, I think, for a reason. And it was a really good Valentine's Day watch for me, especially being single. So highly recommend.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about something that you also saw, but real quick.
Oh, okay.
But I watched 6 movies this weekend, and
Jesus.
I well, I watched 6 movies in theaters, and then
42 movies at home.
Thursday night I watched something. I think Wednesday night and Thursday night I watched something. So I'm not going to talk about everything I saw, but one thing was the anime Scarlet.
Mm.
And this trailer was really cool. It's too bad about the movie. It's not bad. It's just a unique retelling of Hamlet. There's some gender swap stuff in it, but I don't know Shakespeare. That was like one of my blind spots. So I kind of looked up the story after the fact, and they barely do any Hamlet stuff in it. It really is just kind of like the king is killed by his brother, the king's daughter wants revenge, but it's all told in like purgatory. And I don't know if it really makes a whole lot of sense at times. With like she's getting revenge on all these people, but they're all dead at this time, and she's only like in a coma. It doesn't quite make sense, but it's really pretty. Just blends that 2D 3D to be a little more natural than so stark when you see a 2D drawing on a 3D
Yeah,
background.
yeah.
It's really nice looking. But story wise, it's not anything special.
Yeah, I'd agree with that also. I had high hopes for this movie. Uh, One of my favorite like anime directors working, but he's not infallible. And I think this one I told you is like middle of the road of his filmography, and he's done quite a bit, so that is saying something. I didn't love it, didn't hate it, don't regret watching it.
Yeah.
I agree with the animation. I think that was my biggest concern going into this was that it was going to look not great because I really don't like that CG implementing that they've been doing with modern anime, or at least a lot of it. But it really worked in
Yeah.
this movie better than I've seen it. It merged really well. How it looked is not a complaint to me
Yeah.
at all, for sure. But like you said, I think there's some rules that I don't quite understand why
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Um, Not a lot of action, so if you're looking for that, that's not what you're gonna get. But
But the action that you see is good. Like there's a really simple like hand to hand combat scene at the top of a mountain that's
yeah,
just really nicely choreographed and looks great.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say I liked it, but it's not one that I'll go back to. And I would recommend at least 4 or 5 of his movies over this for
Okay.
sure. But yeah,
Cool. Steven?
Well, for Valentine's Day, I had the opposite experience to Nick.
Love and affection from someone in your life?
Yes. So I forced my wife to watch a lot of really good movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Would she
And
say that?
yeah,
Okay. More or less.
I think so. More or less, yeah. But this Valentine's Day, it was just like we scroll through Netflix all the time together, and she's like, "Oh, that looks cute. That looks cute." And most of the time, it's like, "I know that's not for me." And then it's just like, "You know what? I owe you one," which makes it seem like a chore. Like I'm fine watching a romantic movie. I'm not like above it by any means. But we were on Netflix and we watched People We Meet on Vacation.
Oh. I've seen clips
I have
and
no idea what that is.
this.
So
Go ahead.
it's the story of like two people who like kind of become friends in college, and every year or every summer they take a trip together and like go on a new adventure. He's kind of a little like uptight, goody two shoes kind of guy. She's more like a free spirit, like wild one. Like she every time they go on vacation, basically she like meets a new guy, and he's always on and off with his girlfriend from like college to when they get older. And then obviously like they have feelings for each other, but she's always running away, and he's always like stuck in his ways. And well, they get together. Of course they do. It was cute. It was a fun concept, but like the reason they get back together, come together for the first time after like they have their falling out. It's like 2 years later. They're going to his brother's wedding because her and his brother, I guess, got close.
Mm.
But at no point in the movie do we ever see them talk to each other,
Oh.
except at this wedding. And he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here. Like, I missed you so much." But like, we've never seen them hung out in like flashbacks or even meet in flashbacks. So that's kind of weird. The chemistry was fine. There were some cute moments. It's like completely unoffensive. There was a couple times that kind of made me chuckle. So if you want just something like light and like cute to watch with your significant other, People Meet on Vacation is perfectly acceptable.
I just saw so many clips of her being like, oh, this, what a wacky manic pixie dream girl, and like just like stumbling over herself. And isn't it funny that she like tripped and farted? I don't know. I don't have a good example, but it just seems like one of those people who would like I'm running late, and she's got a piece of toast in her mouth, and she, her pants fall off because she forgot her belt, and she opens the door and her boss is there. It's like these really cringy sort of scenes.
No, not really. I mean, she does wear overalls.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you know
okay.
she's quirky. But no, I mean, so the reason she like travels so much is because she has a job where she travels and then like writes about her experience traveling. She works for like, I don't know, a magazine or a blog or whatever it is.
Travelocity.com.
Sure. And her boss is Jamila Jamil from The Good Place. And that's just like an excuse for her to like travel and then her friend come along or whatever. So she's like very much, when she's older, she's like an adult and like not ridiculous. But there is a time where they go to New Orleans for the summer, and that's where she's like wearing a pink wig and glitter on, like she looks like a Euphoria character.
Okay.
And that's the most like, if you're going with manic pixie dream girl, like that's the sequence where she is, and they're pretending to be married to like get free stuff, which like isn't a thing. Like they're at a Cafe Du Monde in New Orleans, and they see like a newlywed couple get like, oh, these these coffees are on the house. Congratulations on getting married. And they're like, well, we gotta try that. And then they go to a bunch of places and get like a free drink or a free cake or whatever. Like,
Okay.
that doesn't happen. That doesn't
yeah.
happen. This is movie bullshit. But yeah, she's like coming up with this whole backstory and about like he works with CIA and he's a spy assassin or something like that, and all this. It's all just ridiculous. But like I said, it was cute. It was light. It was an easy watch. Check it out if that's your kind of thing. But it's not are a normal thing.
No, not at
That
all.
people come, but you know what? I branch out. I'm a man of the people.
Just not first person. You put it in first person, I'm not branching it anywhere.
I would have fucking divorced my wife if she's like, this new first person movie.
Person romantic comedy. What the hell?
Hardcore Henry, boys.
Hardcore Henry is fun.
with the VR stuff, I can see that there are going to be a lot more movies where you're the main character, and you know, I'm sure the romance ones will do very, very well.
Hentai high.
All right, I saw a movie that
Just
I wish it came local, just because I hate traveling far to see anything. But I saw Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
That's traveling. to where you have to go watch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not 20 minutes down the road. It's 40 minutes up the road.
I get okay.
No, and it's not 40 minutes, but it's still, like, if I have to get on the freeway, then it's an ordeal. If I could take surface streets, then it's not.
I feel like if I lived where you live, I'd be even more inclined to go up there more often because you just bing, bang, boom, you're right on the highway.
Still.
So, this is a documentary about Nirvana, I assume?
No, actually not at all.
What?
This is a comedy. There is two guys. Their band is called Nirvana the Band, and they had a show called Nirvana the Band the Show, and their whole gimmick is like, we want to play at the Rivoli, this one bar, club, something, and all they do is schemes on how to get in there. And it's like, oh, well, we'll place posters everywhere saying that we're going to be playing there tonight. Then when everyone shows up for it, they'll have to let us play. And it's been on for years. I've never really watched any of their stuff. I'm not familiar with them at all. But it's just two guys, and they just kind of do these wacky things in every episode. There's a video I'll play for you that maybe you've seen, because I watched it today and went, oh, that's those guys? I saw this years ago. So, Nirvana the band, the show, the movie is just that. They're still up to their same spiel of trying to get at the Rivoli, but now they're much older. They accidentally create time travel and go back to 2008 and run into like their younger selves. And it's really impressive because they've shot so much footage back in the day for all their episodes. They were able to scrub through all of it and find stuff where they could input themselves and then just like cut to the older footage, and it works flawlessly. It's so impressive seeing them talk to their much younger selves, like, you know, through a door or something. But and then they have a little bit of a falling out, and they change the past. And one of them becomes super famous. One of them keeps doing their own the same old shit, but just with a different group of people. And it's them like trying to get back and fix the past. And it's just like a really nice, fun romp of these two likable goofballs just doing their thing. I think you would really like it. I wish I saw it with a larger crowd. I was the only one in the theater, and watching comedies by yourself sucks.
It is a bummer. Yeah.
You want to see what makes other people laugh.
Or like get the acknowledgement that the thing that I'm laughing at, they are also
it is
at,
also,
which makes it all the fun.
or like I like laughing big at something that no one else is laughing at. But it's a really good time. But you know, I was told this was like this generation's Borat. Because there is a lot of that where they just film on the streets and interact with regular people. But like Borat blew my fucking mind. I was laughing so hard in theater seeing that. And this is not that. It doesn't even come close to that, but it's still funny. I think it's just because Borat is so outrageous. Just some of the things he does, like seeing the big Jew puppet run down the street, is just so ridiculous of a visual that you're going to laugh, where you're not going to get some of that stuff in here. But I think it's worth your time. I don't know what it will go to, but once it's available, I think you should.
Yeah, let me know, because I will forget about this conversation. All right, so I'll knock out two comic things. One, I started I read the first two issues of Absolute Batman.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Just 2 issues in, uh, like definitely a more like what's the Dark Knight Returns, like bulky Batman
Huge
kind.
Batman.
Yeah,
He's like 7'3" in this
yeah,
comic.
he's a monster man. But yeah, his cape is like engineered to like kind of be more like the Spider-Man like legs.
Sure, I thought of it more like it's like Spawn's cape. He could make it rigid and
Yeah, yeah,
spiky if
sure.
necessary. Yeah.
But I like the idea of, he was childhood friend. I mean, it's kind of like silly that all your childhood friends are supervillains,
Supervillain,
but I kind
yeah.
of like that they have that connection
Yeah.
and they're like not evil yet.
Not yet.
I like the party animals as a like gang of like mass murderers. Like they are killing women and children and blowing up schools and hospitals and stuff. Like they are bad dudes. I think Black Mask's mask is a little ridiculous. It kind of looks more like an alien skull
Sure,
than like
yeah.
his traditional like just black skull.
Catwoman kind of looks like that too.
But yeah, in this version, the Batman doesn't fall down a well into a cave of bats. Like
No.
his dad is murdered at the zoo while he is in the bat exhibit that he locked him in to like keep him safe from a shooter,
Yep.
who's still Joseph Chill. And this is like kind of feels like year one Batman, because it's the cops aren't. They're kind of just like, oh, we're just hearing about this vigilante, the Batman, who's like taking on the party animals. Jim Gordon is the mayor. He used to be a cop, but now he's running the city. But everyone's like, there's too much crime. This guy fucking sucks. So now there's other guys running for mayor. There's like a lot going on, and you're seeing a lot of characters, but they haven't quite come into the roles that I'm sure they're going to go down. Issue 1 ends with like a nod to the Joker, but like they call him the Joker because he never laughs. What a twist!
Yeah.
But yeah, and I really like that he didn't grow up with Alfred. Alfred is like a secret government
like
assassin,
MI6 or something?
yeah, who like his mission is to like observe the party animals to try and bring down Black Mask, but the people are just like, kill fucking Batman, he's getting in our way. And he's like, Batman's kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to kill this guy.
Yeah. I'll do it if I have to, but let's hold off on that one.
So it seems kind of like, oh, well, Batman, he's not really about stealth right now. He's going in and whooping everyone's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still smart, has escape plans, like, has all the tech to, like,
he just doesn't have his money.
The big group or whatever. Like, he is very much Batman.
Yeah.
But it seems like stealth isn't his game, where, like, it is for Alfred. So I can kind of see Alfred going, like, hey, man, if you want to keep doing this shit, like, I can teach you some things. And I think that could be a fun dynamic of just, like, here's this old grizzled badass Alfred, and here's this young hotshot Batman, and they team up to, like, bring down crime in Gotham for whatever reason I haven't really got to yet. I'm into it, man. I don't know where this story goes and if it sucks in a few more issues, but just 2 issues in, I'm like, this is fucking sweet.
I don't know how many issues the series has gone to so far, but everything I've seen it's awesome.
This is Absolute.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait for you to get to Absolute Bane. He's insane. How the Penguin's the Penguin, Why is Croc Croc, things like that.
Yeah, because his childhood friends are Killer Croc, the Penguin, the Riddler, Catwoman, and
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent, yeah. Which Harvey Dent is the obvious one.
Yeah.
Like they've always been friends in the comics. But it's got all the classic like things of they're playing poker with each other, and Harvey Dent says something like, "You two-faced son of a bitch." Like they're making the nods to this stuff. Or like Harvey Dent's like, if you want my 2 cents, and just like that kind of shit. So there's little fun sprinkles in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't, Nick, have you read any of it?
Yeah, I talked about it on here before.
Oh, okay. I totally forgot. Well, it's fucking sweet. So
it's great, and I like Absolute Wonder Woman. I like Absolute Superman. They're all just really fun. I haven't
Flash. I think
I've only seen a little bit of Flash because I haven't read any of them. I just follow YouTube guys who do reviews whenever they come out.
Yeah.
So Flash is like the least interesting that I've seen, and I haven't seen anything for Martian Manhunter quite yet.
I think Flash is the newest too. I think that's like the most recent of the Absolutes.
And then we're gonna get an Absolute Green Arrow. I know. They did an Absolute villains. It's like all these big name villains kind of working together as like the Justice League. Like they see themselves as like the good guys, and yeah, there's a lot to read. And then there's also a prequel comic of why the Absolute Universe exists, and it's
Mm.
all Darkseid, just like he created it. I didn't read it, but it's I don't know.
Spoilers, I guess. No, I was never seen it. But
It's not.
I also thought it was interesting. This is the first time I think I've seen something where like Batman's parents, or well, his mom is
His mom's
alive,
still alive, yeah.
which I thought was kind of neat. And like they haven't really done much with that yet, other than like she works at the hospital and
Hmm.
commission or Mayor Gordon is there at one point. But yeah, Jim Gordon's also like buffed out. Like everyone in these comics are just fucking
Yeah.
buffed out.
Enormous. Yeah, and you haven't even seen the buffest of the buff. Like, Bane is insane. Like, you think Batman's big? No.
Anyway, so yeah.
You got
I'm
another
sorry it took
comic?
me so long. Oh yeah. What was it? A couple weeks ago, last week? I don't even remember. You talked about Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees,
Hmm.
the comic about anthropomorphic animals, and some of them are one or more, maybe serial killers. Um, I enjoyed it. I think it really only has. It would only be interesting because of
The
them being
animals.
the animals.
Yep.
Like if this was just like normal people, this comic would be every serial killer thing I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
it's just Dexter. It's just
It's like it's definitely violent in this very cutesy world, which makes
hmm
it kind of fun. I like the art style. I was into the story about this like small town, and you know, like she's like not a good serial killer because she's killing innocent people,
hmm
but at least like they're getting murdered, like kindly.
Quickly, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I knock them out with a syringe or whatever, and they
Hmm.
don't like they're not waking up as she's like cutting them, slitting their
Into
throats. Like
tiny little
she's killing
bits.
them while they're unconscious, so
Yeah.
they never like
It's
really
just to
feel.
satisfy her needs, you know.
Yeah,
She doesn't want to hear your screams.
it's random, whatever. So
Yeah.
she's the good serial killer,
Yep.
and then a new serial killer comes in, and so this is my problem with comic books. It's just like here's this cool setup, and here's this cool world or whatever, and you might even have like a cool ending, but then the middle's just like so fucking rushed to me.
Mm.
It's just like the killer reveals who they are, and then it's like bing bang boom, it's done, and
Yeah.
it kind of just like there's no real mystery to it. There's no
Hmm.
like she's like kind of trying to solve like who this person is, but really only takes like a couple pages before the person's just like, yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of like quickly ends, and you see all the beats coming. So like story wise, I thought it was a little bit lacking, but from just a visual like standpoint, I would say like it was pretty cool. So I'm gonna give this like C plus if I had to give it a review.
Cool.
I liked it, but I didn't like. I wasn't blown away by it.
Cool.
But if there was a sequel that you owned, I'd be like, yeah, I'd read that one too.
It'll be coming shortly. Yeah.
Oh, there is a sequel.
Yeah, he's working on it. Like, I think 4 of the 6 issues are out, so
Oh, okay.
give it a couple of months. But DC had like a crossover with IDW where like Superman fought Homelander, Lex Luthor fights the bear from Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
Really?
I think it's either Raven
Why?
or Starfire fights like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, because these are just properties that IDW has, and there's just this weird crossover.
Like,
I know
Superman Homelander makes sense.
I know-
Sabrina and Raven makes sense.
I-
And then
I
Lex
don't know
Luthor
why, and I think even like, but like Lex Luthor is like teeny tiny, and she's enormous.
Okay.
So it's weird. There's just all these bizarre pairings, and I thought like,
I mean, that could be fun. I'm not like
of
totally
all
against it, just
people
shocked.
to put Lex Luthor against, like that's very strange. But anyhow, all right.
I've only got one more thing.
Okay. So I watched a really good movie that I think would be very polarizing for some people. This is very much a you like it or you don't.
Hmm.
And this is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
I did want to see this, but I could not make the time.
Yeah, I won't.
Big
I
Sam
won't.
Rockwell.
I won't do any spoilers or anything. But Sam Rockwell is from the future. He comes back to this specific diner. He's done it like 117 times already. He's finding the best combination of people to take out this evil AI. Everyone's so glued to their phones. This AI, once it goes live, is going to destroy the world, and we're not going to even notice. So and like the opening is really great of him just going around like, I'm not picking you. You let me down every single time, and then and like we fall in love, but you betray me, and so we just can't do it one more time. Oh, don't call the cops. I know what you're gonna do, Martha. He knows everybody's name, like how much money's in their pockets. Like he just knows everything. It's a real fun sequence, and he picks his group, which has like Zazie Beetz and.
Damn, she's working.
I know. What's his name? Lewis from Ant-Man.
Michael Pena?
Michael Pena. He's in it. And, like, okay, now the cops are here and shit, what are we going to do? Well, 92% of the time, if we go out the front door, we all die. And 82% if we go out the back door, we all die. And so it goes on and they're going on their mission. And then the movie seems to kind of forget its message of AI is bad. It's like, yeah, it's the villain, but it changes its main plot to be something else.
Okay.
And so it kind of loses focus. And some of it, I'm not 100% sure I understand exactly what's happening when it's happening. Mm-hmm. But, like, visually, it's really interesting. I love the director, Gore Verbinski. Like, who can make Pirates of the Caribbean and The Ring, and you couldn't watch those and think they're from the same guy.
And Rango.
Oh, and Rango, like everything, and the Cure for A Cure for Wellness and The Ring. Okay, I can see that.
Sure.
And I can even see like maybe Rango and Pirates. There's some whimsy with those, but it's like he just has such a unique film style that he could do a little bit of everything, and it's a shame he doesn't work more often.
Yeah, it's good filming.
But this, I really dug it. It's for me. Maybe I'm too dumb for some of the bigger themes, but and I did kind of guess a little sort of twisty thing by the end. But all in all, like really good time, and you can't go wrong with Sam Rockwell. Doesn't matter how bad the movie is, he's good.
Yeah.
I agree with that statement.
Same.
All right. My last thing is I finished a TV show. Another thing my wife was like, she put on the trailer and she's like, do you want to watch this with me? I was like, sure, I'll check it out. I watched His and Hers on Netflix starring Tessa Thompson and John Bernthal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The story of a small town where there's a murder. And John Bernthal plays the lead detective on the case, and Tessa Thompson is a reporter. They are technically still married, but after like a tragedy, they've been separated for about a year.
Their child died.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know that. I'm just guessing because that's what it always.
What else would it be?
Drowned in a pool?
No.
Ran out into the street and got hit by a car?
No.
Oh, okay.
Natural causes?
Old age?
Like a disease? Actually, don't tell me. Who knows?
Anyway, and so the show is like he's trying to figure out who did the murder, but he also like was with the woman who was murdered that night, and there's a lot of evidence that like would point them to him, and because he's covering up, like he can't reveal that he's like kind of like hiding evidence because then he would lose his job. Then another murder occurs, and they all have a connection to his wife, who's now like come back to this town, and like is she doing this to like restart her career or get revenge? Like they all have connections with her. Like what's the bigger thing here? It's like I enjoyed it. It's only 6 episodes. It moves pretty quick, and like solid performances from both people. I called the murderer episode 1. And it was just like a guess. I had no evidence for it, but I was like, if I was the one making this thing, I think it'd be this person. There's like 2 pieces of not evidence, but it was like, that seems suspicious. I think it's that person.
Okay.
And then for 5 episodes, I was like, I don't think I'm right. And it's like, this makes more sense. And like, I'm coming up with theories the entire time. And it's like, but I'm still holding strong. It's like, I still think there's still room for this person to be it. And then this person was it. And my wife looked at me and I'm just like smirking so fucking hard. I was like,
don't you love that?
It felt so good.
Did she go like, no way, you're wrong. I think it's this person.
Well, it was like, the killer's revealed, and it was like, oh shit, like I didn't see that coming. That's really cool. And I was like, wait, there's still like 20 minutes left of the final episode.
That's not.
And I was like, oh, I was right the entire.
Do they do one of those things where it's just like, who could it be? And someone walks through a doorway, but then someone walks in behind them, holding them hostage with a gun.
No. Like the reveal before another reveal was like, oh, that's really cool that they did that. And the final episode, there's like 3 different twists essentially, and I was like, oh, that's fucking sweet. So it was a good time, and it did keep me guessing, even though I did get it right from episode 1. So if murder mysteries are your thing, like this is a perfectly acceptable one to watch. But it's not gonna it didn't reinvent the wheel in terms of like murder mysteries. But I did enjoy it, so his and hers.
All right. Well, my last one before we get to the main topic is Crime 101, a movie I just got out of, my last of 6 for the week.
And Nick just got out of.
No, I just got out of Cold Storage.
Oh, that's right.
He saw Crime 101
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, okay. My apologies.
Yeah. So this is a story of Chris Hemsworth, and he is like a master thief, and he knows exactly who to hit, when to hit them. He doesn't do violence, and he always works off the 101 freeway so he could do a quick getaway. And then we also have Mark Ruffalo, who's the cop who thinks it's, all the crimes are from one guy, and all of his cop buddies are like, you're crazy. No, we already have a witness for a suspect for this, and you gotta change your mind on this because your rates are really bad. And
Mark Ruffalo's played like a lot of lead detective, task force.
It felt very similar to Task.
He's on. We did it in Now You See Me, Now You Don't. What was that other thing I was just thinking of? This one, I guess.
Shit, I forgot. I saw Wuthering Heights as well. I didn't write that down.
Oh. Save it for next week.
Okay,
maybe I'll
save it for next week. Damn. That's the one I wanted to talk about the most. That's crazy. Anywho, and then it's also Halle Berry. She works for an insurance firm that just insures these rich assholes with all their paintings and diamonds and whatever. And it's just all their 3 stories kind of combining, and Perry Keoghan's there, being a weird little guy. This movie is the best Netflix movie you've ever seen. It's a little higher quality than Netflix. Seeing it in theaters isn't out of the ordinary, but I could have seen The Rip being in theaters, and I could see this being on Netflix. I thought it was a very good movie that by the end of the year, I won't remember what Crime 101 is. Yeah, but I'm not upset I saw it. And like you were saying, small theater, packed. I was in.
It was number 3 for the box office this week, and they had it in our local theaters. One of the
smaller
theaters.
ones. Yeah, I was in row D, and because I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, where's the handicap spots? Oh shit, someone already took all the handicap spots, and I was on like the flat area. Ew. I know, like some mongrel. And I sat next to a guy who, this big fat fuck who's like could not,
womp womp womp.
Just like nachos and popcorn, and he got up 3 times to go to the bathroom. He's checking his phone and just like texting people. I'm like, God, it's. Oh yeah. Also, it was funny watching Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. They're just talking. There's this whole sequence at the beginning of like the students being brainwashed by being on their phones, and they're just zombies now. And there's like people in the theater on their phone, like watching shit. And like, do you not see the fucking irony? God, it pissed me off so bad. But a lot of people in that theater as well. I was very, very surprised. But anywho, yeah, Crime 101. Yeah, thought it was a good time. I would say they could probably cut out the love story stuff. Like he meets a girl, and he's trying to not be a weirdo. But he can't tell her about his past or anything, and so he's coming off as an even bigger weirdo. Like, I think he's supposed to be autistic in this, but they don't do the like autism powers. Like, that's why he's so good at crime. But he can't interact with people without being a weirdo. Like, you're super huge, beautiful Chris Hemsworth. then that's enough for her to be dating him. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't know what your job is or your family or anything,
That sounds about right for
but
the real world.
you're pretty hot, so I'll stick around. I think they could have cut all that. I don't think we needed that from him and just focus on the crimes. Um, but I don't know, it was good.
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit. I didn't. I think of like movies I've saw recently. I checked my phone the least with this movie. Like, I don't think I would have cut anything,
Yeah,
and it's a really long movie. I liked all the stuff with her. I liked
she's so
like
hot.
she was very pretty. Yeah, I like watching. I like her dialogue a lot of it because she's not. It's interesting, like what you just said. Like, yeah, he is real pretty and stuff, but like, she's really hard on him.
Sure.
Like, she's not taking his shit, and she's always kind of like initially, she's like not even gonna date him. She's just like, yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
Kinda.
but she goes to his house and he's cooking for her. He's like, wow, you don't have anything in here. There's no pictures for you or anything. And she still ends up sleeping with him. So it's not like
Well, that
he
yeah,
didn't have to try hard. He was just so vague on everything. And it just,
yeah,
I don't think it was necessary to tell this story.
This person?
yeah, yep. Um, Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked all that stuff. I think without it, there would be absolutely nothing to that dude's
Sure.
character. He's the worst part of this movie, but that's his character. I
Yeah.
mean, so I guess you're just meant to. He grew up, had a tough life, foster care, all that kind of stuff, whatever. But well, I was telling you yesterday. Initially, I felt this movie was kind of anticlimactic because it is, and I've seen these comparisons to Heat. I've seen the comparisons to Ronin,
Mm-hmm.
The Town, all movies that I love. But all those movies build to a big kind of action spectacle shootout
Yeah.
type thing, and all signs in this movie point to that's where we're heading,
Yeah.
and that's not what happens. So initially, I felt kind of like, uh, but then at the same time, I really like how everything wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
Like every character how they leave at the end of this movie I really like, and I can't think of a way that they all would have arrived to those endings if there was a big shootout.
Yeah, or if not shootout, at least chase. I mean, that's his whole thing is he's driving his car and you think, oh, Barry Keoghan's going to get the diamonds, but, Mark Ruffalo's now dead and I got to chase him to get the thing. But, like, getting the money at the end is not, like, the big payoff necessary for character payoff. So it makes 100% sense why we're doing it. I think in the real world, this does not work at all. Mark
Yeah,
Ruffalo goes to jail. Halle Berry's probably going to go to jail.
because he didn't even tell, and I don't want to get into specifics because I think you would like this movie.
I'll
But
forget about it, so it's fine.
okay, I don't think he didn't tell like the force that he was going there at the end. He
Yeah.
was trying to do this and solve it on his own because they all didn't
Yeah.
really believe
Like,
him.
how did you get this information?
Yeah,
And like, but he also takes place for the guy on the airplane.
yeah.
How does he pull that off without getting it authorized by the police?
Yeah, who took the real guy?
Yeah.
Who and where the
Yeah,
where
did he just go like, "Hey, I'm a cop, and you're going to have to do this"?
maybe.
Without informing the client, and then the client, they're going to fuck up when they're saying like, "Oh yeah," and then the second guy came in. Wait, what do you mean second guy? Oh, I mean, just kidding. No, that didn't. It does not work in reality
Yeah.
when it all comes to it. But I do like that good guy cop Mark Ruffalo took a little off the top.
Yeah, that's like my favorite thing about
Yeah.
the ending. And yeah, I mean, I do like I said, I wish there was some more action. I do think there's like two good chase,
Mhm.
or maybe like just one, really. I guess just
Him chasing Barry Keoghan,
which
yeah.
was really well shot.
Mhm.
And it's in the trailer, but I love that shot. It's like your focus is on him taking the turn, and then you don't even realize he's about to like run a car off the road.
Yeah.
And they just like shoot up in the air, and I was like, oh, that was like a really good shot.
Yeah.
Like I think like what you were saying, could have seen it on Netflix, the rip, that kind of stuff. I think just the way that this movie is shot feels like it wouldn't be on streaming. Like I think this would have been like if I saw this streaming, it would have been like one of those movies during COVID that like
should have been in
went to
theaters. Yeah.
The rip felt like Netflix to me. There's something about it how it's shot. I don't know.
When you look at something like Drive and it has a really specific look to it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like this has a specific look to it.
It doesn't have. I've seen people praise
No
some
style.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen some people praise like how it presents, L.A. in the nighttime.
Sure.
There's some, but yeah, I don't think it has like a distinct style. But I think it looks good, and I don't think it's a movie that I would go back to a ton because there isn't like a ton of action in it. but I was like never bored. I think Halle Berry is my favorite part of this movie. She's got the best emotional dialogue moments. I love seeing her and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm glad she didn't just phone it in because at this age and this point in her career, I'm
Hmm.
surprised to even see her in some things. And when she
Yeah,
is, I
but
almost expect like a phoned in.
like her age really does play into the
It does.
character.
Yeah.
So, how
Yeah.
old? Hey, Steve, look it up. How old is Halle Berry right now?
I think
Oh,
she's 60 or
Okay,
like pushing 60.
because they're
I'm gonna guess 56.
Yeah, she's
because
like mid.
they say like, oh, you're 53, and I'm like, if you're 53 now, like, there's no.
59.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Because
Should be 60 this year.
yes,
nice,
I
nice,
saw
nice.
because I saw an interview not that long ago where she was talking about that, like the fact that she's about to be 60 and she doesn't really like when people bring it up, kind
Hmm.
of.
Well,
Um,
when you were considered like people's hottest person or Maxim hottest woman
she's
ever,
still
like,
looking good.
oh, flawless. And it was always like the not a test or something, but we had this one Maxim magazine that had Halle Berry on it, and it was like Halle Berry's one of the most beautiful women in the world, and people would be like, yeah, I guess. And I'd give them the magazine, like, tell me a flaw. Tell me what is not good about her looks.
It's tough.
And they're like, okay, you're right. And like, she may not be the absolute cup of tea for you, but she's a flawless looking woman.
Yeah, she's really pretty. Barry Keoghan. I mean, nobody's in this movie like a ton because there's so many characters and
Yeah.
like intersecting. But I liked him in it. I buy him as that like hot-headed,
Mm-hmm.
inexperienced young idiot
Yeah.
who fumbled Sabrina. I mean, all the stuff. Like, I buy it. I buy it.
Well, yeah, because he's such a weird dude. Like, I don't care. Say what you will about other people, having their quirks or whatever. There's no reason why Hollywood is trying to make him the hot guy. He's gross.
I
Barry
feel like
Keoghan's
they're
a great actor, and I like him and stuff, but he's ugly.
he's a very interesting looking person. But I do think like maybe they're cool into that a little bit
Good.
because I haven't seen him in like that much this past year. I don't think right in 2025 wasn't a huge year for him, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but the year before he
Hmm.
was like the salt burns and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So, but yeah, solid movie. I think you'd like it, Steve. But
Yeah.
don't need to rush to see it. But yeah,
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's get to our main topic: cold storage.
of all the things that came out,
I know of all the things, but it's the one thing all of us had seen.
Yeah.
Like, I think probably we'd have better conversation about Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. There's a lot more
I
to talk about.
apologize. Yeah.
But it is what it is. This is our topic. At least we have a topic.
Yeah, we're not one of those podcasts out here doing research and like putting a lot of effort in.
No,
We're not those podcasts like, well, we have to talk about the big thing. We talk about what we want to talk about.
whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you're getting cold storage whether you like it or not.
So, Steve, you want to give us a quick synopsis of this movie?
Yeah,
The IMDb summary.
Let me get the writer and director in here.
Sure.
Hang on one second.
oh, he's here.
Let's bring it out!
Our first guest.
All right. Cold Storage, written by David Kip. And
He's written a million things.
yeah. Did he write Jurassic Park?
Yeah. It's like one of his early things is Jurassic Park, and you just look
Not
at
the
his
novel, the screenplay.
Yeah. Tons of stuff.
Yeah. I was surprised to see his name.
Uh-huh.
And directed by Johnny Campbell, starring Joe Keery and Liam Neeson.
And Georgina Campbell, is she related to the director Johnny Campbell? Got some nepotism going on? I doubt it.
Yeah.
Who's that? The young girl?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
I know, like,
We'll get there. So, story of a sort of kind of doofus-y loser type, played by Joe Keery, who works at a storage facility that used to be that has been repurposed from a military complex, where a chemical is like a living organism parasite kind of thing, fungus, thank you. They've buried it way underground and it's been there for like 30 years or whatever, and because the base has been decommissioned, I guess they thought no one would ever find it, or it's just like government oversight, or they're just like, fuck it, who cares, movie wise. And long story short, the facility like has kind of like a failure. They discover the secret hatch that leads them down into where this fungus has now escaped, and if it gets out, it will essentially create zombies. Because once this fungus gets in you, it tells you what to do, and that is just to spread and destroy and all that good stuff. And it's up to these two silly people and Liam Neeson to save the world, and hilarity ensues.
Yeah, pretty much. And I like in this, it's not like the cooling system shut down and it instantly started breaking out. Like it's been doing this for a year, slowly working its way out. And because when her boyfriend shows up and like the cat is already infected, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm so confused, and I'm glad that they clear it up. But I think this movie rules. It's a lot of fun. And it for how small it is, it still has the look of a bigger movie. It has really good effects, both digitally and practically. I think all the performances are fun. I think Liam Neeson is actually he's not doing his he's doing Liam Neeson, but it's more fun than
it's like he's doing Naked Gun meets Taken kind of thing, where it's like it's not as silly as Naked Gun and not as serious as Taken. It's like a happy medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also enjoyed this movie. I don't think I like it as much as you. I think it does have like some flaws, but or not necessarily flaws, but just doesn't hit the highs that I was hoping it would hit. But for a like small indie-ish film, I mostly agree with everything you said.
I think this and Wuthering Heights are my two favorite things I've seen this week. So
really, because I've been hearing a lot of like Wuthering Heights is not very good.
Hey, you know what? Maybe it's not, but I really liked it, and I'll talk about it next week.
I mean, this movie obviously is more up your alley in terms of just like here's a parasitic fungus thing that is turning people into zombie creatures that are barfing on each other and blowing themselves up. Like the part where the cat kills itself, it was fucking sweet.
Oh my god.
It was so funny. This movie did make me chuckle more than other things have, even though like I don't think any of the jokes are like super strong. I just think they're just well executed.
There's like 4. I thought there was like 4 good jokes in this movie.
Like Joe Keery, who I don't think I've seen in anything other than Stranger Things and Free Guy briefly.
Okay.
But this is the first time I think I've seen him like lead something. I liked him quite a bit, even though his
something
character
last year.
Yeah, I saw the tip
I can see the picture of him, and I think he even has like the bleach blonde hair in it as well. But anyhow,
was he in Freaky Tales?
No, he's in something where he's like he's like a military wearing military or something.
Okay, well, what I'm thinking of is let me pull it up here. Is Spree.
Yes, Spree. That's not what I was
thinking of.
I'm thinking of, but now I need to know what I was thinking of. But continue.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's like you're not going to this movie for characters, but I'm a character guy. I don't think like there's a lot here. Like we know he was in prison and
Fargo.
Oh.
He's got a pretty big role in Fargo.
Oh, he's the son that gets blinded, right?
Yeah.
I totally forgot that he was
Sorry,
in
I had to say it.
No, you're fine.
It was driving me crazy because I could picture him in that outfit. And...
But yeah, I like Joe Keery in this. What did you say her name was? Something Campbell?
Yep.
Georgina Campbell. I don't know if I've ever seen her before. But she looked like familiar though. It's like, have I seen her in something?
She's in Black Mirror. She's in the episode where they're in a dating app.
Yes.
That's her. And then,
wow. Okay.
She's also in Barbarian. She's the woman in Barbarian.
Like I mean, when she's got the braids in most of this movie,
sure,
and she didn't have that in those.
And also, I don't know if you saw, but Watchers, the M. Night's daughter, she's in that one. Yeah.
Okay.
So because we left and it's like, what do I know her from? But like, I'll fall her down, some weird hole.
I'm watching Watchers now.
Don't. It's bad.
Her whole thing is like it's her first day on the job, and he's been there for years. He's on parole, so he has to like work here because nowhere else will hire him. So he has like sort of this like loyalty to this place, even though his boss is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
and is like a scam artist. And they like instantly strike up a friendship that was just like, this place sucks, but hey, like it sucks. We can suck together or whatever. But she's just trying to like get him to like it's our first day. She's like, let's bust a hole through the wall at this job that we both need. And it's just like, I wouldn't do that. But also, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
I definitely think about it.
I probably would.
Yeah, I get it, man. Every time she was like, let's go down this thing. It's like,
I don't want to
like,
disappoint you.
yeah, it's just like, it's hard to say no.
Yeah.
And maybe we're just awful men. But that being said, like, I asked you in the theater as we were watching, I was like, so if you bust the hole through the wall, you find this thing, and you're like, oh, there's a hatch that leads down to this thing, and you know that it's like a decommissioned military base, would you keep going down? And you said yes.
Yes.
And I say I would absolutely not participate in any of this. Because I've seen enough movies where this is the thing that happens, and I'm not going to be like patient zero to, or like I see something I'm supposed to, and I get a bullet in the back of the head, and my body's in a vat of acid in like Michigan or something.
If I'm by myself, I'm not going down that hole. But like,
But if I'm with Georgita Campbell,
it's like the place is relatively well lit. I'm familiar. I'm comfortable there. I have someone with me. I would go. If I start hearing weird screams or, monster sounds.
or the rat pile.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the Rat King, I'm out of there. But they just kind of like, oh, that's gross. Let's try to look through the window. Like, step away from these things. This is nasty.
Yeah. No, everything about that whole situation just screamed like, we are going to die.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. Especially when you look down the hatch and it's like 400 feet down. It's like one slip and you're going to die.
And how rusty is that ladder? Yeah.
You might just get tetanus from the thing.
Yeah. Or
that's a whole other problem.
The ladder could collapse and then you're just stuck.
Yeah.
And
because
it
hasn't been like in use for, or like, obviously like steel driven into concrete probably could last a really long time.
Yeah.
Especially if no one used it. That being said, I still wouldn't trust it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so someone else go.
You did say like there's kind of a lack of characters, but there's enough there for other people. Like Liam Neeson's partner, has to stop by her son's house to pick up a bomb, and you could just tell with a few lines of dialogue, there's this weird history there, and like it's not a lot of character development.
I think she
but
was
it's
the most
something.
fun character in this movie, but I don't remember her name.
No,
I liked her vibe with Liam Neeson in terms of just like these people have never hooked up. This is just a purely professional relationship that they're like deep friends with, and they know they can trust each other completely. The joke of like leaving a bomb where her like grandkids sleep is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking more for like the Joe Keery, other Georgina Campbell characters. Just like I kind of wish there was something I like could root for more, or like I cared more about or like there was some just like one beat where it's just like one emotional scene in it where he's just like it's now his time to be the hero because he's failed his whole life. But there was not really any of that. It's just like we're just going into the next beat or whatever. But it's not necessarily important to the like more fun aspects of the movie.
But you should anchor yourself to these characters, and I think when they lock themselves in the storage unit, that's a perfect time to him tell the story about why he's called Crumb Cakes or whatever.
Tea cakes.
Tea cakes, yeah. You could have had a little bit more, and it's lame that you wait until the very, very end of the movie before revealing a little bit more of his character development.
Yeah, and speaking of characters, we have Vanessa Redgrave in this movie for no reason, essentially. She plays an old woman who's like a regular at the storage facility, and then she goes into her storage locker, and she has a gun in there that she's going to like kill herself with. And we're like, the lady's been in this movie for 30 seconds. Yeah. We're like, okay, where's this going? And she pulls out a picture of her dead husband, and she's like, oh, I'm going to take a nap, and maybe I'll kill myself afterwards or whatever. Yeah. You're like, that's an interesting, like, sad thing. Like, where's this going to go? And it's just like, it's an excuse for them to have a gun later in the movie. But it's like, you could have come up with a million reasons to have this gun. Yeah. It made no sense to introduce this character who kills, one of the monster zombie things, and then it's just like, okay, bye. And then, like, never comes back.
Yeah. And I thought it was after she killed him, she did kind of like make a motion on her face, and I thought they were going to flash back that a little bit of blood got in her mouth. And she walks away, and she's leaving the facility, and she's driving, and you see the explosion in the way background, and she starts like twitching. Like, oh, okay, that's why you had her.
And they kind of do that thing at the end. It's like that's where you bring her back if you're going to do that. It's just like the deer.
The deer just kind of like it was so
in 3D or something.
It's so dumb. Like, well, we only saw like one deer get splattered, didn't we? And if more deers got splattered, did they not die in the bomb, or did they just instantly run off as quick as they can?
Thing. It's like this is where the only part of the movie where I was confused. And I think I get what the plan was, but so the whole thing was for this thing to spread. Like they wanted to get out and get into the water system to like infect the whole world for whatever its end goal is to kill everybody or to grow more, whatever. But the cat kills itself, explodes, and gets on like several different creatures, or like I think 4 deer, whatever it is. And then I guess 2 of the deer come into the building, and I guess those other deer fuck off.
I think it's only the 1 deer that gets in the building. Yeah, it's like it goes in, goes downstairs, then comes right back up, and then explodes. Because we don't see, after one explodes, we don't see another deer.
Well, either way, it's just like, okay, so it gets on multiple deer or whatever it is, and then it's like, the whole movie I'm like, well, they've already failed, because those other creatures, like, are going. And it's like, if it only got on the 1, like, why did it, so if it was just like, oh, I need to go down there to help release the thing from the door, like, that deer can't get into that, it can't climb down the ladder, so why does it go into that building at all? And I was kind of confused about that. It's like the second that cat got out, it's like just explode on everything, and then those things explode on more stuff or whatever. It just seems like that should have been, I don't know, especially a little bit better
when they did the satellite thing and like, do you see any hot spots? And it's like, I see 2, and it's 2 deer running off, and
I mean, I guess if it's just like you have that shot to explain the ending where you see the other deer that are infected, but like I wanted them to cut that. They
did not need that. That's sequel bait for a thing we don't need.
No, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Now, if there was a Cold Storage 2, even colder, I would see that movie for sure.
Yeah.
But I wish they didn't do that. Or, like we said, Vanessa Redgrave should have come back as the zombie at the end. At best.
Yeah. And maybe that's how they'll open it. They'll show the deer, and then Vanessa Redgrave is just driving her car and just hits it. Yeah, and
or we see like what it barfed on. Like it just opens with like the person getting cut.
It's a hunter, trying to shoot it, and
a nature documentarian,
something.
But you talked about effects earlier. I agree that there was a lot of really good effects. There were times where like the effects clearly weren't great. Like some of the deer stuff didn't look amazing.
But the people stuff looked good.
Yeah.
The guy with like half a head looked great.
People stuff looked great. The Last of Us like sort of
cordyceps
sort of stuff like going across the ground looked very cool.
Because it looked like it's like they just had like some green jello and then just threw a bunch of earthworms in it. It's like it wasn't such a high detail effect that it was probably practical. It was probably just something that just wiggled enough in there to make it look like it's alive. I thought that was really great. I think my favorite effect is the boyfriend or the ex-husband or whatever showing up and just getting all bloated and disgusting and puking on everything. That was great.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit after the movie. I think if I change anything about this movie, I want to say it's too much Liam Neeson. Or like bring Liam Neeson in sooner and then have him with like more groups of people. Because really it's just like your 2 leads fighting like a biker gang, kind of, because the biker gang doesn't really. They're only there to become more zombies, and they don't really play any real purpose. And then you have Liam Neeson for 75% of the movie, just like putting things into motion, government wise, in order
getting there,
and it's just like I don't know. It just feels like. If you're going to have Liam Neeson in this movie, and it's like, it just seems like, oh, we have Liam Neeson, but he's only shooting in Burbank for 4 days. Let's shoot all of his stuff in a car, on a plane set, and then when he finally gets to the storage facility to like fight the bad guys, we have him laying down on the ground for 20 minutes of the movie. It just seems like you could have done something else with him. If you're going to bring him in, have him kill bad guys, sure. But this really should have been like, and we pitched it where it's like there should have been a storage locker that is just like filled with guns, and then you have your band of misfits who work at this facility or they work at it. the one asshole boss, like he gets his time to like be the hero, and maybe like this is his redemption arc. Like, oh, I was a piece of shit boss.
Yeah.
I was gonna steal from this place, but now I get to be a hero who saves the
Yeah.
world. You have the the boyfriend come in, and like maybe he reconciles with the girlfriend and realizes like, oh, or he like sacrifices himself, and then she falls in love with Joe. Whatever it is, I'm not saying that's what I wanted, but
Yeah.
like there's other options to this to like expand the group,
Yeah.
expand the action, and not make it like we're watching Liam Neeson travel for 40 minutes of the movie.
And maybe that could have been the movie. And they're like, well, that's a $50 million movie. We're giving you $30 million. Like, okay, we'll pull this out, pull that out. I guess we could bump up Liam Neeson stuff because that's easier to shoot, less effects, and then we can cut maybe this action sequence that we wanted to have. Like, who knows why it is? Because every movie is never first draft is the final draft. So who knows what they removed.
And like I said, I still enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
And other, avenues maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed as much. I'm just pitching things that, could be better. That being said, the final like explosion effect, so fucking scary and cool.
That's a good explosion.
Like I've seen a lot of explosions in movies, and at a certain point it's like you've seen one, you've seen them all, but it's not a lot where you get to see like a bomb blown up underground and like the ground behind you is like rippling like a wave and like flames coming out of it. Like it looked like hell was coming out from underground, and it was fucking sweet.
It was great.
It was really fun.
For whatever this budget is, I didn't look it up. They really knew how to maximize it because nothing really looked cheap except for the deer.
Except for the deer. And the bug sequence, but that was like kind of purposely bad.
It's got to look dynamic.
Yeah. So it works, but that's the sequence that explains like how the cat in the trunk was infected, even though like the cat wasn't anywhere near this thing.
Yeah. And what a psycho! He just killed that cat because he was pissed off.
No, the gun went off by accident.
Oh, I thought he was shooting at the cat.
No. I mean, he might have been like, "You stupid piece of shit cat," and then like accidentally pulled the trigger. At least I think that's what happened. Okay. He accidentally killed it, and then he felt bad about it, so he had to.
He had to bring it to his girlfriend's work. That's.
But also, he was a shitty dude or whatever too. I guess. But I think that's all I got.
Yeah, I'm giving it a B+. I had a good time with this one.
I'll give it a B.
All right.
I don't have much to add, but. I would say I'll probably give it same. I feel the same about Steve. That's probably like I liked it more than I expected to. Actually, like it was the movie one of the ones I was more excited to see, and I didn't think we were going to get this movie either. Yeah. I didn't even think the other theater that we was going to get this movie. Yeah, everything he said I agree with. I think they stretched the budget well. I think. It made me laugh. While he was talking, I was trying to remember the 4 jokes because there was 4 solid jokes. I can really only remember 2.
Okay.
But when the one girl when they were getting all the TVs and she sees like the one sick guy, the husband dude or whatever, the boyfriend, and she's just like, "Oh, he's got COVID."
Yeah.
That made me laugh really hard. And then, because at that point he was hella
so monstrous,
so obvious he's a giant like monster. But and then also with the boyfriend when he's just like, "Open your mouth, I want to throw up in it." Like, that shit really made me laugh.
Yeah.
But I mean it's a short movie, so if you got 4 solid laughs in there, and it's hard to get me to actually genuinely laugh. So I laughed out loud at both of those, probably way louder at the COVID joke than I should have. I feel like everybody else in there was like, "What the fuck?" But that shit made me laugh. I don't know, but I had a good time with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I said it before, but I think the only reason I'm kind of like hesitant to like give this movie a better grade is like it's kind of like a horror action comedy, and it's just like it's barely horror at all, but there is a like quote unquote zombie aspect to it. It's not super actiony, even though there is like gunfire and stuff in it, and like it is funny, but it's not like joke. Like it's in the same sort of like vein as like Shaun the Dead, but Shaun the Dead did all of this stuff, but like way better.
Sure.
And I know we're comparing like a classic to this movie, which is just like a small thing that kind of came out of nowhere, but I would put it in that sort of like category, but it doesn't hit any of those highs. No. So, where like Shaun of the Dead, I would give like B+, A-. This would just be a B.
I'd say if you like this, watch Return of the Living Dead. Very similar vibes of just gross stuff and hooliganiness. I'd say it's Return of the Living Dead meets Last of Us, you know. All right, cool. Let's see. What's next week?
Psycho Killer.
Psycho Killer. Okay.
And How to Make a Killing.
And How to Make a Killer.
Killing.
Okay.
Well, which one's Psycho Killer again?
A woman cop's partner is killed, and she's after them. I don't.
Is there
It makes a good
famous
trailer.
in it? I'll look it up later.
Okay.
But I'll see How to Make a Killing.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Cool. Or, you know, and I'm going to talk about Wuthering Heights next week, so if you see that as well, you know. Yeah.
I'll see as many movies as I can. You know, I saw a post on Reddit, I don't know if we talked about it, where it was somebody was like, you know what, I improved my life by watching more movies, and I was like, okay, I can get behind this. What's this story? Did you see this one?
Was it I deleted social media and instead of scrolling, I just watch movies?
Yeah, because they were like, oh, and I do this too, and I hate that I do this. Is like sometimes I'll put on a movie and it's like, man, I just want to watch a movie right now, and it's like 10 minutes in, I was like, all right, well,
let me pick up my phone. Yeah,
it's like I'll just scroll for a minute, and the next thing I know, it's like 5 minutes later. I was like, I hate that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I want to attempt to try and do like maybe not necessarily a movie a day because like my time is tight.
Yeah,
but like watch more movies per week than I do versus like typically one.
And if
for this podcast.
I know like for some people they don't like to start and stop movies, but if you're okay, like, well, I'll watch the first 15 minutes and then I'll come watch another 15 minutes, and then, you know, if you could piece it out through the day, it's very easy to watch.
If I get to that point, I'm killing myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can start and stop maybe once. Like, oh, I'm falling asleep. I'll finish this tomorrow.
Okay. Or like my wife and I want to watch a movie. Oh, but it's a 3-hour movie, and we typically go to bed an hour and a half. We'll watch half of it tonight, half of it tomorrow. I can do that, even though I don't love that. I'd rather just watch all the way through. But if I'm watching a 2-hour movie, 15-minute intervals, I will kill myself.
Oh, no. It's like when I'm eating before work, I'll start a movie and I'll get a half hour, and then I'll watch another half hour on my lunch break, and then I'll watch the rest when I get home. You know, sometimes it just is.
That's how he's doing it.
He's microdosing movies. Jesus.
I would hate.
Sometimes I'm in the shower and I have it in a.
There are times I was like, I gotta get some waterproof speakers or something because I want to like listen to my audiobook.
Well, have you seen those things on TikTok? It's like you can install it, and it's like a glass case that goes over it, and it sticks on your shower wall.
I'm not gonna lie. There has been a time or two where I have put it in like a sandwich Ziploc bag and just put it on like a rack on the door, and I'm just like scrubbing it and watching something. It doesn't quite work, and it always makes me nervous that it's just gonna get wet anyway.
I don't do it just because I get home late, and in order to hear it over the water, it has to turn it up pretty loud, and I got a roommate sleep.
It's hard to hear in the shower. Like I've tried to listen to podcasts where like the phone's outside the shower. It's like impossible.
It just doesn't quite work. Now, Steve, if you're listening to an audiobook, do you have to stop on the chapter, or can you just pause it anywhere and pick it up later?
It would be too hard to because
some of them is like 15 minutes till next chapter.
Yeah, typically I'm just listening like on the way to and from work. So just out of necessity, depending on where the chapter is, I will stop it because it's like I got to clock in now or whatever it is. But if I read a chapter and I hear it go like chapter 27 or whatever, and I know I'm 2 minutes away from work, I'm pausing that and it's like, okay, I'll pick up.
Okay.
So
when it comes to audiobooks, I'll stop mid sentence and just be like, yep, I have now parked.
I do that out of necessity, but if I had my choice, I would stop at the chapter. Like when I read at work, typically if I finish a chapter and I know I can't finish another chapter at work, I'm stopping that chapter there. Because I can't finish a chapter in 15 minutes or whatever, so I have to finish it in whatever increments I can during breaks. So out of necessity. But if I'm at home, I always read the full chapter.
Yeah, if I'm physically reading,
I don't stop in the middle at home.
Unless I'm reading it and I got to go to bed. I still got 30 pages. Okay, I'm stopping. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, if you want to get in contact with us, we are at WRPLpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. Nick, thanks for coming once again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, as always, I'm Ben.
And I'm Steve.
And keep consuming.